Have you shifted or changed any of your coaching strategy between in-person and online?
No, because I'm similar to you, would lean on movement, and how I would define these, and John, we talked about this, would be a movement solution. So seeing an execution in the squat, a fault in the squat.
Well, we do the same stuff. I mean, if there's an execution or there's a fault in the squat, we have other ways to teach people to squat than just the squat.
So I'm then going to explain further. Imagine we're intra-set. So we're hitting our squat. We would do our specific warm-up, a specific warm-up for the squat, dead bugs, seesaw walks, a Spider-Man that would piece apart a squat, and then the squat with a weight is a way to put it back together. But now I've seen you do 1, 2, 3 warm-up movements. I've seen your barbell. Now Matt hits his heavy set of 5 working set. Between that, we're not going to just say, hey, 2 minutes rest and hang out here virtually and talk about, hey, how was your day? No, I would provide a movement solution. Say it is a seesaw walk, but I'm coaching up his feet. Here's how I would ask you to press your big toe down. All right, we're seeing some shift in your hips on your seesaw walk. You're externally rotating, meaning instead of hips flat like a push-up position, they're tilting on our single leg movement. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to internally rotate or align that forwards, but think about pressing the big toe. And how's that feel on your hamstring? Awesome. So let's hit 1, 2, seesaw, right, left, and let's get back under the barbell. It would be the same action and tension of loading of the hamstring that I'm looking for in our power athlete back squat, but I'm still coaching at the feet as I would a seesaw walk.
So the other thing, Tex, is, and you hit it perfectly, is a lot of times what I see is when all people do is barbell or bilateral squat, especially if we're teaching them, I think that I see it like I guess it's like a down regulation or a degeneration of the movement. So what I like to do is in between sets, put them in some like cross-patterning unilateral movements, and all of a sudden the quality at which they're doing. And Cal Dietz called, and he actually said the exact same thing to me. And I'm like, yeah. And so he uses like a in between squats, they'll do like a marches or reverse hyper, some cross-patterning just to improve the quality. So I started using that with the clients where, hey, here's your compound, bilateral movement. Now we're all of a sudden going to do some cross-patterning unilateral movements, like you said, like a seesaw walk, some form of, dead bug, or just something that takes them out of that plane of motion and puts them into a different one. And it almost improves the movement dramatically on the next set. Big
time. And through where I'm trying to remember, this was it. So in super training, this talks about exactly this, and is
that where we got this?
Well, originally, but here's the beauty of having friends like Cal Dietz. It's almost a affirmation or
well, we've been doing that for years.
I know,
because we saw this at the CrossFit Football Seminar.
Yep. Yeah. So in super training, quickly, it's simply leveling abilities, and there's a whole section that breaks down, and they have a beautiful diagram and map. But then when Cal Dietz just comes in with his observation from his high level world-class athlete.
I thought you were going to say his high horse, his ivory tower. His high horse from his ivory tower.
Well, some would say that. I have nothing but pleasant things to say about experiences hanging out with Mr. Dietz, coach. So we came to a similar conclusion from the literally thousands of athletes that we've had the opportunity to both work with. And now through virtual programming, we're able to piece it together, but set it free. Truly in the expression as it's intended, as if we're in person, but remotely.
What I love about that beautiful piece that you talked about, that 2 minutes in between the sets, and you're coaching there, you're helping develop that level of conscious awareness in the athlete. So now we're taking their movement patterns and putting intention behind them. And that, I think, is the biggest gift that we can give athletes, is this level of attention and conscious awareness, so they can actually feel into their body, and now they're able to self-organize, self-regulate when they're not training with us. Right, it's a beautiful piece, especially with the whole pain situation as well, because now we have athletes who figure out, oh my God, I could get myself out of pain really quickly just by changing my own movement patterns up. And now the brain takes that seriously, like it likes good movement, and we make it permanent that way.
I'm going back, I'm a loaded freight train, and I'm right on track.